Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Shinryu video for the Cloud of Darkness raid. Lithely bends the tail. Yeah. These bosses are actually not very tanky. I'll be very honest, they're not very tanky. I think they're like the few bosses where you can actually complete it without using any FRs. It will just take you very long. But I think it's possible. I think the turn count was 75. I think it was pretty... Well, I wouldn't say it's very generous if you are not using any FRs. Again, I'm not sure whether you can because I have not tested it out. But yeah, 75 turns. So if you're not using FR, it might be quite tight actually. But anyway, coming back to the actual fight itself. So right off the bat, they like to use tail drill. There we go, they use it both on Zack, and it's pretty annoying. They reduce your health by, I believe, to the point where there's only 1/4 left, something like that. So it's quite a significant drop in health. The good thing is that from the way I understand how it works, when you lose any health, or when you basically in terms of the HP threshold, it does not count as losing health. So you don't have to worry about the HP threshold. Even when you take HP damage, I believe it's capped out at that particular person's health. Which, for example, if Zack were to go to 1 health, it will only count as, I believe at least, it will only count as 5000 HP damage. I could be wrong, but there was no way for me to actually test it out to see the damage. So right there you actually saw it did, I believe it's called Scissors Grab, something like that. Scissors Grab plus one of them. Honestly, that is the only skill that you have to be very careful of. And if you're running someone with shields, then you know that's not an issue. But that attack, I believe it's only a single HP dump. But the problem with it is that it hits multiple times. I think it's like a 3 or 4 brave hit before it actually does the HP dump. So I tried the usual Machina cam and then the booster character. But the problem was that the minute they managed to take a turn, one of my characters is dead. And especially that, I mean, that actually will happen when the force time is active. So when the force time is active, you actually notice that one of the boss, basically A, will actually does its shrug off plus, something like that. It's a guaranteed hit, it will delay everybody by 1 turn. And then whichever boss goes, there's a very high chance that you actually use Scissors Grab. But the thing is that it is RNG based because they will rotate between Scissors Grab, Tail Drill, and Slime, which you just saw. Honestly, this team comp is actually very good for understanding the boss. But yeah, so these are the 3 moves that the boss will actually do. I do not think that they do any other attacks. It's all mostly single target. Slime is annoying because it puts a bunch of debuffs on you. I believe it's like attack down. Let me take a look. Attack down, speed down, and maybe HP down. I'm not sure. Not HP down. Max Brave down. One of them. Max Brave down, or you know, I can actually take a look right here. So Scissors Grab. Scissors Grab is just a melee plus HP attack. Is there a plus version of it? I believe the plus version is just more brave hits. Slime inflicts speed down and set. Yeah, that's the annoying part. Set. Okay, here's my first mistake, by the way, guys. I should not have burst with Zack so early. I was actually kind of worried that the boss, when you go into force time, will actually kill someone. So I wanted Zack to be able to tank. But then, if you guys really understand the mechanics of this particular boss, at least, you know that it's always single target, and there's no way that the boss can one-shot Zack unless I'm really unlucky in terms of the turn order, and in terms of the moves, and in terms of the brave gain after that, because there's a lot of things to be unlucky for Zack to be able to die. First of all, after the shrug off move, it has to be 2 boss turns in a row. Okay, at least 2 boss turns before Zack can heal up. Secondly, the boss has to be unbroken, and it will not be broken until Zack's turn. Next is that the next move that the boss is about to do is scissors grab. So there's a lot of factors to be taken into account. Like as you saw right there, he has no brave. He tried to use scissors grab, still stuck at 0 brave, and then deal 0 damage. So because Zack has shield, so he cannot gain any brave from there. So honestly, once you have shields with Zack and the bosses are taunted on Zack, because they'll take 4 turns in a row, and honestly it's quite a lot. Because as you can see, they actually speed up quite a lot, or they actually reduce our turn rate quite a lot. So unless you really need to, I would say just save the burst for when you're going to DPS. Because during my DPS phase with Cloud of Darkness, Zack's burst wasn't up. Again, it was badly played on my part, but yeah, the burst buff wasn't up during Cloud of Darkness burst sequence. So yeah, you know, a lot of misplays on my part. I still managed to finish the fight. I think it took like 51 turns because honestly I was just trying to figure out this fight. So I'm pretty sure you guys are able to complete this way faster. I had to use 3 FRs. Thank God I brought Kain, to be honest. So it's pretty interesting that Kain and Cloud Darkness is able to increase the HP bonus during off-turn damage as well. I'm not sure why though, especially for Kain. I'm not sure why Kain has off-turn damage that increases the HP bonus. Cloud of Darkness, I suspect it has something to do with a burst effect, you know, the lasers. And also, honestly, I really thought that they will rework some of her bursts. In the end, it's still 1 HP down, unlike Kain's LD, which is like 2. So she's still kind of weak in terms of the burst buff area. So there you go, increasing it by 60. This part of the fight, honestly, I was actually trying to get it down to 79%, so that they will actually trigger that HP reduction with the HP aura. You know, that yellow aura that requires you to actually delay them before they can take damage, or before they can and before it cancels the HP regen. Pretty annoying, honestly. It's super annoying, and I didn't really let it tick too many times. I believe it was like 3 or 4 ticks each, but even then they managed to regen quite a bit. So yeah, it's pretty annoying. I'm pretty sure Makina, Kain, and Cam can out DPS that. I am pretty sure, but the only issue is that it might be cutting it close. Because the boss, I believe, heals about 2%. So if if Kain and Makina's off-turn, which means the spiral, you know, the spin that Makina does after his move, and Kain's follow-up attack is not able to reduce the boss health by 2% or more, then the boss will constantly be gaining health whenever Makina takes, does his thing. So there is a chance that even after the burst sequence, the bosses might still be alive, but it is not an issue. You can just bring Brother Summon, which is what I did, and then go into Summon, and it should be able to delay to get rid of the auras that the boss has. Of course, then the Summon will be doing 0 damage, but at least you get rid of it. That's what I'm trying to say. Kain can also delay them, you know, with his EX. I kind of forgot that he could, but yeah, there we go. I also brought a Cloud friend, a Cloud Call, so that I can also delay them, which I believe it was at the 19% mark which I used. But yeah, that Cloud Call honestly wasn't necessary. I could have just gone into something. So, that is pretty much it for the fight. Many mistakes on my part, I would say. I could have, if you guys notice later on, I might point it out later. But because right now it's just trying to get the FR up again. Because from 79% to about 19%, there's no more aura. If you manage to carry that I believe it's like 49% threshold. It's just a generic stat boost, so you don't have to worry about it. I played it very slow with Kain as well. I wanted to maintain or preserve some of his LD for the later part of the fight, which is why at the beginning of the fight you actually see me use some of his S1 and S2 and his EX, as you guys just saw me using it to get rid of the auras. So I believe honestly right here is a really good time if you want to use your burst. About the 50% or 75% mark on the FR gauge, just before you really want to, if you're going to use the force gauge, at least you have some leeway to play around with, because as you notice, Zack's burst duration is only two turns left, and he's about to take 1 turn. So if I had actually burst right now, Zack would have had more damage during the Cloud of Darkness burst sequence. And I say 50 to 75 because most bursts have a duration of about 8 nowadays. So with about 8 turns duration, it takes maybe about 2 to 3 turns of that burst characters. There's a chance that the burst character might take 2 to 3 turns before the FR gauge is fully up, so you might want to plan around that. At least that was what I noticed when I brought this team comp, because Zack doesn't have his the FR bots. No, it's not FR bots. The FR upgrades, I would say. So yeah, so it takes a lot more time for Zack to charge as compared to someone like Cam, Kain, Machina, Cloud of Darkness even. So yeah, there we go. I burst with Kain. This was the proper timing. This was the right timing for me to burst. So my second mistake, which is how I say it, mistiming who I target with using the call is about to come up. Cloud of Darkness actually brought, I believe it was Kain. Yeah, she brought Kain forward. So ideally, Cloud of Darkness will go again after Kain, so I can just straight away burst and save some of my my burst sequence, burst duration, burst duration with Zack. But yeah, 1 turn and Zack. I think Zack has to go no matter what. So a bit misplay, because Cloud of Darkness FR is also, it isn't instant turn. So I believe Zack will have gone either way. But again, it really depends on how I play it, because only one boss came out of break. So there was a chance that when I use the FR, the other boss will have came out of break as well. So I think Kain is about to fly up. Yeah, just checking where Kain will land. I just want to see if he will have delayed himself far enough. So there we go. Nice. And there we go. The boss came out of break, and I, for the life of me, have no idea why I chose to use Cloud to break him. Because if Cloud of Darkness had broken him, she would have had her turn brought forward, right? And then I could have maybe used a C65, just to buy myself more time. Yeah, buy myself more time and also preserve Zack's burst buff. Because as you guys can see, obviously, there we go. The boss actually came out of break immediately after that. But yeah, that was such a waste. But yeah, so in terms of the follow-up, the off-turn damage, it seems that Cloud of Darkness will go before Kain. So, which is what you kind of want if you want Cloud of Darkness to take turns. But if not, then I'm not sure if it's because I burst with Cloud of Darkness first and then fly out with Kain, or it is just a fixed thing where Kain will always go last. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, a little bit misplay on my part, because when I went into the burst with Cloud of Darkness, Zack there was a few turns, in fact all the turns, Zack was at this amount of Brave, more or less. So the ramping up of damage wasn't so significant on Zack's part, but you can see the rest was hitting into the millions already. It's just that because of Zack's low Brave, and also there was no way for him to get the Brave back, which is also why the total overall damage was so much lesser as compared to some of the FR characters with burst, or even a Machina burst or a Zack's burst. It was because the buff for Zack ran out. So yeah, I think I'm about to burst right here. I believe I did. Yes, I did a little bit more damage just so I can, so that my finisher does more damage basically. And I think I'm gonna end the commentary right here, guys. There's really nothing much else to say. The boss only has that set number of moves. The burst sequence for Cloud Runners in the burst sequence, the moves that you use in the burst sequence for Cloud Runners is pretty much fixed. If you have 15 stacks, then just spam your zero particle form. If you don't, then maybe you want to throw your EX in somewhere, your LD in somewhere, so that you have another particle to use. And then make sure that you also finish off with the the FR. And I think that's pretty much it. I actually brought them down to below 19% health, which was perfect. Because I wanted to use the summon. Yeah, no, I believe I used. Yeah, I used the summon to actually get rid of their auras. It would have been it was either the summon or the. Yeah, I think it was the Cloud Claw, but I actually planned to use the summon. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is immediately after this, the boss was not at 19% health, but another move from Cloud Darkness would have put them below 19%, which kind of worked out in the end, because if I had used the summon when the aura was up, then the summon would have done no damage even though the HP bonus was up, or rather not as much as 200% lesser basically, because that was the HP damage reduction with the aura at least. So yeah, not too bad on the whole. I had to use 3 FR gauges, but I'll take what I can get. I completed the fight. I'm not going to visit it again until the Dare to Defy quest. And for that particular quest, I might actually wait for someone stronger like Luna Freya to use this. I might use someone like Luna Freya, Zack, and I'm not sure who I might use. Can't remember if I've used Yang for the Dare to Defy. But if I have not, then definitely him. But if I have, then maybe some off-turn damage. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Having a tank right here in this particular fight it helps so much. I can either bring Zack or Celeste, but Celeste doesn't have a burst, so most probably it will be Zack. The tech character, I'm still deciding, but yeah, that is that's who I plan to use. Or maybe Luna Freya, Cloud Darkness, and Zack. We'll see. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
星の力を。はあ。